It is Tuesday, May 7th. Good morning. I'm Dan Blakely with your Daily Kickstart from Barrie 360. An Israeli tank brigade has seized control of the Gaza Strip side of the Rafah border crossing with Egypt. The long-anticipated offensive in the southern city unfolds as ceasefire negotiations with Hamas remain on a knife's edge. The crucial crossing is the main route for aid entering the besieged enclave and an exit for those able to flee into Egypt. The Israeli military claimed it seized the crossing after receiving intelligence it was being used for terrorist purposes. Rescue teams worked through the night searching for dozens of construction workers buried for more than 12 hours under the rubble of concrete after a multi-story apartment complex that was being built collapsed in a coastal city in South Africa. 5 workers are known dead, 49 remain buried in the rubble, 21 have been rescued. Boeing had to call off its first astronaut launch due to a valve issue on the rocket. The scrub came 2 hours before the intended liftoff when an oxygen pressure relief valve started fluttering open and closed. Replacing it could take up to a week. Another series of tornadoes ripped through the central United States last night, destroying homes and toppling trees and power lines. So let's focus on tornadoes as our Emergency Preparedness Week coverage continues. Simcoe County's emergency manager, Grant Durfee, tells us predicting tornadoes is tricky at best.
A lot of the tornadoes we get in this area have to do with the difference between the temperature over the land and the water, which can make them hard to predict because they're not the normal supercells you see in the U.S. And so with that, any tornado we get up here, if we even get a warning, it could be very, very short.
Making it very, very important to pay attention to those days. We have thunderstorm warnings, which also include the potential for tornadoes. More advice on emergency preparedness can be heard on this week's What Barrie's Talking About podcast. Sunshine, high of 12 today. That's your kickstart for May 7th. We're back again tomorrow. Until then, remember, the people you will always remember are the ones who made you feel loved when you were at your lowest.